what can I say, man? Yo, this year is turning out to be one, if not the most fun years known to man. Now, of course, why I say this? So, if you know anything about when it comes down to me and Tron's tournament, you know that would go down as one of Grand Blue Fantasy versus Horizons, one if not the most controversial tournaments, since the actual host of the tournament needed to cheat. Now, of course, right? With this being said, I'm not gonna do any shit talking to that, because this ain't the first time where I had a femme get angry at me and try to ruin my life. But in all fairness, I take great pleasure in living rent-free in people's heads. Now, of course, like always, since this is an underground project, like I like to always keep my things, compared to BB Tech Online, it's not really an underground project. I kind of want that to be seen by the public a little bit. But with this being said, something that is kind of important is the fact that, yeah, these are the actual Ino combos that I've been landing. Now, of course, the drop chances of the combos a bit, you know, as I'll say, I find these combos a little bit more consistent. Now, in real match too, you know, I find these to be a lot easier in case if I ever have to play Ino in an actual match, you know what I'm saying? But basically, anyone who does pretty much know, I'll explain the situation like this. Of course, now, if I was a good editor, I would actually edit some of the shit and put it inside of a video. Nor am I trying to start any drama. Please don't go crazy and, you know, a whole bunch of bullshit. No, more than anything, if you ask me, I honestly think that the drama is going to be it's not really to say drama, but just more, I guess this is kind of what happens when you do collaborations with people. Tend to, like, every now and then, when you have egos and shit, you know, when there's egos involved, then like someone is gonna get off of out of line, and then it's just, you know, it's a whole other mess and stuff. So of course, fucking, oh, hold on, let me see my song. Well, of course. Now I ain't gonna lie. Now, Bicon, I'm not sure if I'm necessarily gonna be playing her. But all I gotta say is, you know, now that'll be it for the video. It's nothing special or anything crazy. More than anything, it's kind of more of like when you do collaborations with people. Yeah, you're gonna have cases where it's like, you know, after doing collaborations, things might not necessarily, in a sense, stay friendly, as I'll say. Basically, the best way I can describe the situation is more of me making a joke. You took it as me flirting with them too hard, and, you know, of course, me being me, it landed my ass in a pretty situation where it's like, you know, welcome to 2025, where if you make a joke, people get tight as hell, which, in all fairness, being tight ain't always a bad thing. But what do I know, right? I'm not the damn announcer for that. But what else I had to say? Probably shit. Now I will admit though, fucking that would just be it. But besides the Ino combos themselves, like I'm really unsure if, like, I'm probably gonna try to see if I can have another collaboration partner coming up soon. That's at least my goal. I'm gonna see if for the playlist, if I could try to find someone else to collaborate with. Ace Solid Knife was a nice person to collaborate with. He's a very, if not, well, not even just well known, but Ace Solid Knife, he is actually a very, you know, suitable figure to not really represent the community or have this controversy. You know, I have a bunch of controversial people who I've collaborated with from from let's just say X, Y, and Z, insert the name, and I probably collaborated with them. Shit, you might even say, you know, it's a run-on joke that I might end up having fucking P Diddy in the bitch. You know, I might put R. Kelly in the damn commentary section, but at the same time, though, all I gotta say is, for right now, currently, the idea of me collaborating with TronWorks to potentially have a PC versus console showdown, it's not 9 out of 10 that's not going to happen like I have planned. But, and now, I'm not sure about, I'm still trying to get things negotiated on the part of the player by the name of Lightwave. I'm unsure if he's probably going to be willing to even fight, but if that's not the case either, it will be a fun little experiment that I did had at one point. But if that never doesn't happen, and Jane Doe be the only person, or I like to say a Solid Knife, will be the only person who I'm able to do this collaboration with, that still would be fun and fine, I ain't gonna lie. But I'll try to see here and try to see if I can add any more people to the collaboration list. So for right now, I will say the idea of potentially having TronWorks for Strive might not be able to happen. Hate to inconvenience anybody who was potentially wanting to see a showdown in Strive. So, in all fairness, my last piece of advice, be the type of motherfucker who lives in a nigga head rent free. Be the type of nigga who will sit here and make a joke that'll make a nigga lose sleep at night. Or even better, make them question their sexuality to the point where, damn, they jerking off to you on the free time. Shit, back out.